세러데이 쇼다운. 하나생명 e스포츠 대 디플러스 기아.
Of getting the impact.
Okay, he's doing it. Support Camille.
All right.
Is going to be played here by Delight. See if they can manage that. We also have the Camille coming in here for Delight as we are ready to hop into the Rift for game number 1.
Second, and Barrel in response has also gone for a Doran's Ring first.
Level 1 is pretty insane,
yeah.
by the way, for the Camille. So you always just kind of run into the jungle. If you've played this in solo queue, the Camille players are kind of insane. And for a good reason, because you should at level 1. It's very strong. So Barrel and Deft, we'll see how they do handle it. They're going to start by stealing a mini Krug away. Very nice, as Doran's getting pretty low. He has Meganar on the way. Pyosik also considering it, but with the Meganar timing.
Not really going to have an option here as...
Barrel's level 1. And Carrie was the last person to play this against Life. And now Barrel is just not here. Delight saving this hook shot, probably to just go on a Deft, which makes a lot of sense. He holds it. Very nice timing on the flash here from Deft, but again, it just doesn't really matter, as there's just way too much power in this trio with the Camille and the Poppy especially, and it is a free kill given over to Viper. Level 4, and he's going to be scanned away, and they're just going to go all in onto him. Nice bubble this time around, but the steadfast presence keeps Peanut alive as the zap comes in, and now Pyosik is getting quite low. He's just going to sit under the turret as Hanwha Life will take their win. We'll see how long Peanut stays here.
Yeah, that was not great. I think Deft also dashed into...
Here we go again. Bubble is going to be good, but these trades are always favoring Viper and Delight. Deft trying to do his best, just trade a bit back, but at the end of the day, those are some very low health bars, and Peanut is still here. Andy doesn't have his flash, knows that Pyosik is here. There's not really much that he can do about it. With Peanut, the amount of time he spent on the bottom side of the map, Doran just kind of has to accept it as well.
I do have to give credit to KT for playing nicely around the knowledge that Peanut did stay around towards the bot side of the map, did not actually get to pull off the dive due to Deft and Barrel being able to fin out the wave.
And he's about to get Meganar, but there's a Talia here as well, and Vi Talia is very good, but how about Renekton Vi Talia? Even better. And with no flash, he was just 100% dead. Delight was on the way, so maybe he could have waited.
These type of plays, as Pyosik going to be waiting for his Q. This is Mininar, so you do see the response, though, from Hanwha Life already. I think they have an inkling this is going on.
Yeah, hot baited out. And do they have the damage to 100 to 0 him? It's looking pretty likely, and that they will, as Peanut does get here, but again, just a bit too late to help.
Zeka, not able to help with that one, was pathing towards the top half as...
Oh, he's going in. Level 6 hit here by Deft, but not by Delight, and so he's not able to quite lock him down. But that is still the Ignite and the Flash taken away from Deft and the heal away from Barrel to try to make that play happen.
Timing found by Pyosik BDD.
Delight is level 6. Going to trade in a lot of damage back here onto Delight, will BDD, but he did, of course, have to flash away from that play, and Delight will hold on to his Hextech Ultimatum. Yeah, that is the idea. As Perfect is trying to gank here alongside of Pyosik in the mid lane. And already the Dominus is popped. Zeka could be in a lot of trouble here. He tries to just Valkyrie away, but he's stunned to death, as you're not getting away from that combo. Doesn't matter if you had flash or not.
As they are actually contesting here.
Yeah, they definitely are. Delight is not with his team. This is just Peanut and Viper, and Peanut is going to have to rocket some people away, as there he goes, and the smite is easy for Peanut, as Delight's going in on this one, 1v3, and just dies. Not sure about that, but I suppose the package, maybe the call was to go in, and he just ends up looking a bit silly, but it is still the Drake going over to Hanwha Life Esports.
Yeah, that's a normal Camille support experience, where you go, no, it's fine. We can do this. He shouldn't have. So taking a look at this, nicely done. Perfect, preemptively ulting there to make sure that he has the Fury generation for the stun.
승민이 나이스.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Viper had to flash to try to get away from this one, but it's so difficult to get away from the Lucian. It's just a straight up kill onto Viper. Had to use everything to try to get away from Deft, but alone he was not able to.
And then now back-to-back mistakes from Delight
oh boy.
and Viper, as very straightforward. wants to get the back cancel and ends up paying for it with his life. If you make a couple of mistakes, especially when Baron is up, you can lose control of the game very, very quickly. Is Perfect.
Perfect is going to be spotted here, but the push is still happening. Zeka is going to get away from that seismic shove, thankfully for his sake. Otherwise, probably would have just died with the amount of lockdown that KT do have. Pyosik also going to steal away this big Raptor.
I do know you're here.
How about a Nami? Also the Talia, gonna make this a bit difficult as, yeah, Corki, doesn't matter how many dashes he's got, Zeka just not allowed to play the game. As TP will be utilized to save the bottom lane as this is happening. KT once again, a nice little incremental advantage. And now Doran just gonna ult him into the wall and walk this one off. LAV Esports could just sit back and try to scale up a bit more, but also you've got a Poppy, so still opportunities for ulting Pyosik away and maybe stealing the streak. It is very risky, which is there for sure, as the smite is going to go the way of Pyosik. Pretty close, actually, as Delight does get in on that one, but the flash over the wall means Pyosik might be safe. The package does do an insane amount of damage to him, but now HLE Esports in this one. Nice Gnar into the pit, but wasn't nice after all. Actually, it will be. Viper's going to do a ton to him, as now HLE Esports looking to push forward another dodge on the seismic shove, and HLE somehow pick up a kill in that fight. And to utilize where they are strong, Delight is going to be spotted, and he does dodge the seismic shove. Meanwhile, Perfect into the wall. He's taking a huge amount of damage already.
Barracks.
And now Doran, he's got this Mega Gnar for perfect timing. HLE Esports in control of this one, and now a deny on the back once again. Wall is going to come down, but I'm not so sure about this, as we got the channel, and away goes Perfect, and a missed seismic shove again. Here comes the package right on top. Depth is 100 to 0'd, and Zeka does get pretty low. Meanwhile, Viper goes way too ham into that backline. Immediately going to be taken out, and now KT are actually going to win the fight. HLE Esports do take the Dragon, but KT Rolster, they have their eyes set on that Baron. But I'm not sure if you really want to do that.
They don't have a tool of really keeping Peanut away from here.
Yeah, there's 2 control wards. There's also a Corki in the game, by the way.
Let it go. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, we do have the Infinity Edge pickup here for Depth, so is still going to be a big threat as long as he doesn't get 100 to 0 as well. Speaking of which, Perfect, he's going to press his Dominus, and now Pyosik might pay the price for his sins, as he's going to have to go in, but certainly did not want to. Meanwhile, Delight in a bit of trouble, and he's going to get a rock to the face as that one is traded back. And yeah, just a clean 1-for-1 trade. As we're fighting over this Drake once again. I've seen this at least 4 times in this exact setup. KT do have control of the Banana Brush, but not much control over the Dragon, as Pyosik is going to have to pull the trigger, but he does not get in there. It's Cloud Soul here for the side of HLE Esports, and now Viper, he is going to get stunned up, and a 0 follow-up on that one, and now he's just able to do Zeri things. Perfect is like a monster, though, in that backline, but still Viper able to go 1v2 against Depth and Barrel.
Viper has gone onto his backline.
Yeah, watch after he gets stunned, he goes in. He keeps saying, this is doable, we win. And man, that, yeah, imagine you're playing against this guy.
And you kill him, you get a Baron. It's still doable for KT. I can't believe I'm talking as if they're behind when they're 3K gold up, but...
Well, we're gonna press some R buttons on the Zeri, and they did it! They did the combo, they take him out, but Zeka's still alive. They're having trouble getting onto him at the moment, so it's just going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Pyosik is dead.
You got to go for Nesher, but you can't, because you don't have a jungler.
Yeah, let's put some wards down.
Got to force a TP from Doran here at the very least. We'll see if they want to commit beyond that.
Yeah, that is the question, as already at half health. But look at the poke damage here from the side of Zeka. The calling is going to be utilized by Depth, but not nearly as much damage as Zek was able to do. And, well, that's it. That's their Baron try.
They don't
and it's over.
They don't even get the TP.
As now it is going to be HLE Esports' turn to try to start this one up. They have the Mega Gnar. They are holding on to it. Delight has an angle here on the left. It's going to be spotted, though, as meanwhile, in goes Doran, and there is the turn immediately. Huge damage on the Barrel, as Pyosik will nearly go down as well, but it's actually Zeka who gets taken out. But now look at this, BDD is all alone, isolated up against the wall, as he is eventually going to go down. It took quite a while, but now the peel comes in for Viper. That might have the damage, but here comes Depth. He's on the chase. He's looking for more. And the health bars are too low here on the side of HLE Esports. So now Deft is going to culling him down, and he's looking at that Elder Drake now.
But there's no jungler!
Yeah, now we're just going to flip some Elder.
Banana brush control here.
Now they're trying to get on top of the light. The timing on that was not great, but this is Mininar, so Doran just dies? Okay. Very questionable TP. And
Tanwa?
I guess they didn't need their Gnar.
Well, I think they do, Valdez.
No, there's... no.
Okay, maybe they don't. I take it back.
Well, the redemption is going to be huge, as it has been all game, and Perfect now is trying to tank it up. Huge. Big one does come in, and now HLE Esports, they're going to go for the fight. In goes Delight, trying to zone everybody away, but Deft does immense damage on that backline as well, but not quite enough. Perfect is going to go down. Viper getting very much into the thick of things. He's forced over the rocks and stunned, and that'll be the end of that as Pilshik with the clutch at the end of the fight.
With KT having the Elder available, Valdez, have KT finally done it?
I think they have. Yeah, I mean, with Exodia here, Baron and Elder combined, they should be just trying to start any fights whenever possible. And you see that HLE
trying to end on this push.
They're trying to clear the wave. They do have a Corki, but eventually, as KT might just be able to dive the turrets as well with this combo. Wave no longer alive. They do have another one coming on in. Deft is looking for it, but he gets way too close! And he is so low, but kept alive through everything, somehow, some way, and now the barrel is going to go down. Doran is way too far out in the front, and man, that's some low health bars now on the side of HLE Esports. They're still holding on, there's no wave at the moment.
They're still going! This is peak KT. My God! They're not giving up. Doran's dead again, but...
Oh boy. Yep, Deft, he is pumping some damage. Peanut.
Oh, he didn't get him on the rocks.
Didn't get him on the rocks. And this is Super Minion as well. We do have a package available. Jonas Strong's like, please pick that one up. In goes Pilshik. They're just trying to end the game. I don't think they can, though, as here comes the package right over the top, and it might just be enough from the side of KT as Deft stays alive for so long once again. And with the GA, it should be enough. KT Rolster will win game number 1 with Exodia on the Nexus. And that is going to do it. Definitely wasn't enough. Right there in that last fight, Deft just staying alive on basically 1 HP so many times, getting healed by Redemption, by Nami, by everything.
Perfect. Oh, we've had this happen before. That I feel a little bit better about. There is a lot of value in the Jax. Jax and Nara, I think, are both perfectly fine.
Just not Camille, please.
Just not the Camille.
As we take one last look at the comps, and we are ready to hop onto the Rift for game number 2.
His best champion this split, I feel like his mastery on the champion, because so often when we talk about Senna, we talk about what it does for the support. I think T1 are the best example of this, where it just turns Carrier into a terror and a god.
Surely.
As to be expected from the LoL guru.
You know, Nautilus used to be played mid lane, jungle, right? And we used to see Nautilus with farm all the time. Beryl, speaking of dealing with it, not very much. So in this bottom lane, does get comboed. No.
No? Okay. I don't know. I love reptiles, man. They're so weird.
I have 2 cats. I think they would probably eat the lizard before.
You don't have to have a lizard to be a lizard guy. You can just be interested in them.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy lizards personally. Not a big Renekton player. Yeah, just kind of enjoying other champions. A big blob enjoyer, you know, Zach.
Yeah. I feel like it's the most nonsensical skin that I've seen in a really long time. Zeka gets outplayed.
Not much you can do about that. Tibbers just going to leash all the way back to the lane.
I'm fine with Annie as a specific counter pick into matchup. When she was blinded,
Doran, not level 6, taking a huge beating. And guess who's here? It's Pilshik. As they do get the flash out of him, Perfect is going to tank up a bunch of that, and Pilshik ends up flashing out. Not the best dive.
If he just flashes on top of him and autos him, he dies.
Very nice timing where he's got the wave pushing in, and Doran is way too far up. Meanwhile, not sure about this timing. They're trying to get in on the red buff, and Peanut will smite it away. but perhaps forcing the flash, and there it will go. Meanwhile, a fight here in the mid lane. Q is going to have to be flashed by Zeka now, as everybody just elects to not have that summoner ability.
There isn't a whole lot of counterplay. It's perfect. He is going in on this Gnar.
Yeah. I said that he had his one time. I guess I was wrong. He's got another time here, and he's going to utilize it very well.
It's always the perfect time. This was the pick that also kind of blew our mind, right? And when we saw Perfect really pop off for the first time, it was his Gnar specifically. I remember, or I forget which team it was against. Mr. Deft. I'm not 100%
like
sure.
60-something
Makes sense.
Ish.
Hello.
Going in. And that is going to be the kick over the wall, straight into the Annie. But the Senna is going to help from the bottom side, and this is Xin Zhao, so at the end of the day, he just kind of presses his ult and goes away. Meanwhile, Doran's just going to have to World Ender to safety and get a nice little speed boost away, but still no kill in this first 10 minutes of Game 2.
Really big moment there from Zeka specifically, because if he doesn't use that wall, because Pioshik actually got caught on the other end, there isn't enough versus Perfect as Mega.
He does, and Beryl is here as well, but he's level 5, so just a 4v4 straight up fight here on the Bubs for some reason or another. KT are getting pretty low on health. It looks like they just want to hop out of here. Perfect actually going to flash the wall as
he's dead. Yeah.
Wait. What?
He was setting up dragon control. I have no idea.
Okay.
I imagine he thought Humble Life was going to be 15 seconds slower to this objective than he thought.
KT Rolster trying to make a play here on the Rift Herald with a Smolder.
And no Mega Gnar. And they're hard committing.
Yeah. We'll see if this does work out. It's going to come down to a smite, and it does go the way of Pioshik, but he's absolutely dead as Bob will be called in, does like a smidgen of damage, and that's about it. And they don't even get the eye. So Humble Life Esports is going to be pretty happy with that trade. It's not a compliment.
That's just what KT do as Doran.
Yeah, we're fighting here. Yeah, Delight and Peanut are both here, so he's just dead. And not much you can do about that. Just making this take as long as possible. And down he should go. There he goes. Peanut going to pick up that kill.
Actually, it's not him TPing, it's Delight. Doran now also TPing on the other angle.
Yeah, and KT have not exactly been bursting this down.
Oh.
Taking their sweet time, but they are going to try to turn up to Doran, and he's just 100-0. Doesn't even get to press his ultimate ability. And now, 5v4. Will we see a steal here from Peanut? Zeka, oh no, he's just on the side, and he is going to be forced to flash away from the Mega Gnar, and this will be the Drake going over to KT Rolster. If any target comes within range, we just saw it happen to Doran, they are going to be ready to blow it up, and that essentially provides a front line for the Smolder, as Doran, underneath the turret, thinks he's safe, and he will be correct, although he did need a big amount of damage.
Fortunately, he has his tank items at the ready, so he's completely fine.
Yeah.
Just takes that. Nicely done by Viper as well. Plays it a little bit fast and loose, as he does.
Yeah. Meanwhile, BDD just waiting to TP into this one. You don't necessarily have to fight on this Drake if you don't want to as KT, but we've seen that having to do stuff doesn't matter in the minds of KT. They'll just do it if they want to. TP is coming in. The wall is created as well. And it in for Pioshik, but Delight is moving away from the dragon. Nicely done. And the Flea Rocks are on the ground as well. Pioshik not going to land a Sonic Wave. And that's it. Although, now we're face-checking into this one, and a big amount of burst goes into Pioshik, but he's essentially the tank, still alive here. As in goes Peanut into that back line, and will create a ruckus to try to zone for the team. The hook comes in, and Delight is going to get this one started. Now BDD incredibly low, and the Aatrox is just going off in this team fight. Not the one that KT were looking for, and now Deft is left all alone. He is absolutely dead. Now Life Esports will take a big team fight win. Ocean Soul fight.
It's fine. KT just has to adhere to the laws of equivalent exchange. So if they have a great game, then we need to have a game where they make questions or make questionable decisions.
Well, Humble Life Esports trying to get the most out of their Baron here. Beryl is so squishy. He's just going to go down, but a bunch of damage goes into that front line. Down will go second. He was so deep in that fight. I don't know why he was behind the turret. As now, it is Doran going back in, saying, hey, I can 1v5 this. Surely, down he will go. And now KT Rolster are giving away back into the game. Oh boy. Well, Where's Tibbers? I guess we forgot about him. Kind of got out of range, I guess.
Maybe let this one go, KT. That was a lot of your fight.
Why? No, it is fine. No, we can fight. No Meganar, or engage failed. It's fine. We can fight this one. Barrel's dead, and Bomb is going to be called down. They still have the Smolder, and that's a lot of damage coming in. And the steal, it goes to the Sonic Wave of Pyoshik. He's going to put an end to that soul, and now Perfect's in a lot of trouble. And we do see Deft, he's trying to layer in some damage, but he is all alone. He is going to have to flash away.
This is the exact same play!
Yep. On the chase. There is no turret, and Deft is just going to fly into the wall, and he will be fine. They say, no, you know what? That little baby dragon is a little bit too scary. Let's just leave him be.
You got to shove.
Trying to get some here once again. They get the shove in. Pyoshik is going to live for now as Senna ult is layered in, and that is huge range coming out from Viper. Everybody on the side of KT is just trying to flash away. They're trying to peel for the little baby dragon, but it's not going to work as down will go Deft, down will go BDD. And now they're going to look to try to push mid.
And it looks like Humble Life, they were successful in taking down the threat of a dragon. Unless?
Perfect is going to have Meganar here, but they're still trying to layer damage into this turret. They're going to take down the 2 Nexus turrets.
That's it. They got to leave.
Where have we seen this before? And you got to just try to pull the trigger on this Nexus. Everybody's just trying to buy time for Deft to get up. But if you just click on the Nexus, it might just end anyway. But, oh no, Doran! He dashes back into the team with a Q on him. And that's going to be the end of this fight, I think. Although,
back in.
They're going back in. And BDD's just on the run here. Deft is looking to collect as now. There's one execute. Can we make it another? As the Light's got a shield, we got a TP coming in as well. The bounce is not long enough.
It's only Deft though. I think they can just order the Nexus.
Just hit the Nexus. Just attack the Nexus. Okay, they're gonna do it, it looks like. Yeah, Deft is gonna go down, and finally, Hollow Life Esports will end whatever we just watched. Game number 2 will go into their hands, and we will have a third one. Look very comfortable playing this kind of a scrappy fight, a scrappy kind of a game. And there was a Smolder involved as well to add to that.
The traditional, like, try and protect the Jinx composition. This is, we get a pick and Jinx gets excited. Very different in terms of playstyle. You're looking to utilize the top half of the map Bard to very aggressively set up a kill so that Deft can then take over a team fight as opposed to kite back, which we often see with Jinx compositions.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game number 3. A lot of tailoring of drafts to get to this point in time as we are ready. Let's hop into the rift for game number 3. It's not really that good in this meta. It is, of course, Deft, so you kind of like, it's not meta, but you've got somebody who's very comfortable and very strong on this pick, so it kind of evens itself out. And I feel like putting Barrel on Alistair as well is always a win. I feel like they should do this more often. And the fact that he can play it in this lane is also a benefit. And we don't have to watch Lucian Nami again.
Fortunately, but
yeah, just imagine.
No, I don't want to. That doesn't sound good. I actually wouldn't have minded if Doran goes lethal tempo here. They can actually, he can 1v2 early, or like rather give away your lead with a mistake as Renekton that just kind of ends it generally. But he gets the crash here. Should be able to back up this cannon wave, or we just all in on Grubs and waste a perfectly good back timer.
Fight.
Doran is going to be able to TP back into this lane, so perfect. Yeah, we'll be able to shove this pretty quickly, but I do think that as Doran then TPs back in, he's going to be able to get something going. Perfect is still quite strong.
He missed the cannon, though.
Yeah.
So, not sure how I feel about the strength. Doran is going to stop. No, what? I guess because he didn't want to miss his cannon.
Also has his triple cookie still. Hasn't really needed to eat any of those. Level 6 now available.
So why did he take them?
I don't know. Because of a situation like this?
Yeah, let's see. Seismic Shove is going to be the big one, but instead Barrel just going to try to engage. But now it's 4v1, and Deft is in a lot of trouble here as Delight can easily tank that one up. First blood is given to Peanut, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, not a line of strategy we see very often. Because the Grubs are not very good.
They're kind of there, you know. They're
He gets some extra money on
Something.
deaths. He's got 30 extra gold. He's like feeling okay. He gets 6 grubs. You win a team fight, maybe you can take out a turret faster.
I think it was it DK into Genji where we just saw like 15 lane swaps?
Just run away from the lane. Go the opposite direction.
No, you had the right idea.
Wait, he saw the rocks.
Yeah, he knows. He's fine.
Zeki used the rocks into the tri-brush,
Okay,
and that's going to allow him to probably get away from this. Although...
Oh, no!
Nah, he's fine. Right? No? Maybe not. He's going to have to flash away, and he is very not fine, actually. Down he will go, and Zeka will collect a kill. Meanwhile, Doran's getting some alone time.
Incredible 1-4. You can even go 1-3-1 with the Talia, shadowing sides. If you do want to go in that direction, as
Okay, a little bit of layering CC, and that's what the Tempered Fate is for. Very nice binding does come down, and Peanut is totally fine. I mean, this is a Poppy, and so much was used to try to get into this. A 3-man knockup is going to be pretty big, though. They still can't take out Peanut. They finally do as BDD gets in there. A double magical journey. Not sure if that was on purpose or not, as BDD desperate to get more value out of this, but it's not looking so good. Will be able to take out Delight, but that is the end of his journey himself. And Perfect now alone against 3. Well, it is KT Rolster, so we have to fight over this objective. It is going to be smited by Peanut, and we got TPs
we're going
coming
ham!
in. And that's going to be a denial there on the helicopter from Peanut, but now the TP from the side of Homalife Esports. We got Perfect and Barrel in that background, in that backline, and now Doran is going ham here with Peanut. They can't quite kill the Poppy, as finally they will take him out, and Doran now in a bit of trouble. BDD getting so much value on the Zori, but the charm is gonna miss. And now the Talia and the Zeri will run amok in this fight. Viper now even going to stop that back. Deft electing to ghost, and it's not gonna be enough, as he is just not fast enough. Here comes Viper over the wall. Not a lot of counterplay to that, although Pyosik tries to get away, and Viper just flashes on him. Picks up another kill.
That's too much. Balls were meant to be respected, Valdez.
We've gone too far, Science.
We're TPing?
Yeah, again, this is...
No!
Okay, no.
I guess it's fine.
The charm is going to come in. Again, this is Poppy. They're putting everything into Peanut.
They got flash!
I don't know what he said to them between games, but they did not appreciate it very much. And they're trying to make Peanut feel it, and he's not. He's still Poppy. So that's the end of that fight. And Doran just has a free side lane.
This is a Jinx that is 10 CS behind, 4 kills and like 4 assists. Oh boy.
Well, Zeka should have saved his, oh, they both dashed over it. Okay, well, that's the end of that. As Barrel, he's just on the run now. I feel like this is a done deal. KT are just scrambling like leaves in the wind. And Homalife Esports are just taking everything on the map now. Well,
oh boy.
BDD doesn't really get to dash away, especially if he's just stunned the whole time. Tries to flash, doesn't even opt to use his ultimate ability. That's a flash to the death now, just with 1 Tempered Fate, as Pyosik goes in, because at this point, I suppose you might as well. 3-man Counter-Strike is going to seal the deal on this fight, and Barrel is not going anywhere, although the light is going on a little happy magical journey into the jungle because the fight was already over. Even at TP.
Even Pyosik? No.
He knows. Wait.
No. He did not know.
Wait, he dodged it.
He missed. Is he just gonna get out? Oh, that's
yeah.
Very
no calculated. Zeri.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's Jinx, except you have better mobility and you're faster and you might do more damage sometimes. Pyosik is on a little flash.
He did
journey.
get out. No, maybe not.
Delight could just ult him, but
no, let him go.
Okay, they might do it.
No!
Intentionally. No, he's dead. That's the end of the jungler on the side of KT. You see Pyosik not very happy with that.
He dodged so much.
He did. This time for sure. Oh yeah, he sees him. Binding, gonna hit Perfect. And Delight, he is quite tanky. I mean, take a look. He's got the lock-in, he's got him a Kales, he's just very fed himself. And now Perfect almost dead. They're on the chase. Charm does come in, and even BDD takes a while to take him down. He does get the kill at least. as you see Delight with a sheepish grin, as now another charm is going to land. Life Esports, you don't necessarily have to do this, but they certainly do want to press the envelope here with a relatively low perfect. As here comes Peanuts, looking to get some extra damage on in there, and Perfect can't necessarily get away from the Poppy, as flash on in from Doran will get the job done and make this a 4-on-4.
Not going to be the case. Shake has gone. Oh, he has ult.
Yeah, Zeka not going to respect it, and now the follow-up comes in. He is going to use his arm guard, as now maybe with a little bit of help from Peanut. No, it's not going to be enough. That's going to be Deft excited, but here comes Viper on the Zeri into this backline, and nobody can get onto the Zeri at all. Nobody's got any leftover CC. And Deft is just on the run. He's just going to get flashed on, as Zeri does not give a damn.
Ended up going down.
표시코 잘 숨어 있네. 영 가자 영. 사영 먹고 그냥 다시 해.
Life Esports, it's all over but the crying, as Wolf says. And I feel like there's already been a decent amount of crying already, actually, in this game. As the ult is, well, it's going to hit Deft, but the engage does not follow up on this one. Piosik does go into the back line, but it's just desperation at this point. Peanut trying to provide a front line for the team, and Beryl trying to do the same, as the seismic shoves have really been on point this game from the side of Zeka. There's just no way out, and there's no follow-up. They're just too far behind. The giant safe full of cash and gold coins that Hamalife have in their hands. They have dropped it on the heads of KT Rolster. Even just one by one, they're just coming in here trying to do something, but it's not going to be enough. Unfortunately, this game number 3, not nearly as close as the first 2 that did come before it, as Viper is looking for some more kills to put on the scoreboard. It's not going to matter. GG, as the Nexus will fall. Life Esports will take a 2-1 victory after getting 14 kills. Let's take a look at the post-game breakdown. Viper did do quite a large amount of boom damage in this game, but no vote from Chronicler.
What about those grubs, though?
Yeah, they did get 6 grubs.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG interview translation, joined by Peanut and Viper on the side of Life Esports. Congratulations!
네, 일단 승리 소감을 먼저 들어보고 싶습니다. 피넛 선수 승리 소감이 어떠신가요?
Peanut, how do you feel? The fan just called you handsome. Thank you so much. And thanks to you guys, with the energy that you sent us, we were able to win against a strong team, KT. And if you had lost today, you would have handed T1 the second place. So what mindset did you come to the venue with today, Viper? Yeah, the standings are very, very important. And our opponent was someone who locked in playoffs. So we wanted to play without any regrets, and it went really well. Just like Peanut said, KT was definitely a strong opponent. And with a close 2-1 match score and frequent team fights, it was quite a fun and eventful match to watch. So how did it feel playing in-game? Yeah, we lost the first game, but we told ourselves that as long as we're able to keep our heads in the game, that we will be able to win. And we were we had a lot of faith in our team. And after game 1, for games 2 and 3, you guys took Talia away first. So what was the feedback like? Yeah, BDD happens to be a really good Talia player. And we noticed that they were focusing down top side with the Talia, so I think that's what led us to picking the Talia. And in game 2, you got 5 target bans, so how did it make you feel? I had a lot of other cards to pick from, so I said, it is what it is. So yeah, you took Xin Zhao out of all those cards that you had. What was an important factor during the picking stage? With the options that we had, Xin Zhao looked like the best option. And I think that's what led us to picking Xin Zhao. And this was your first time in spring playing Xin Zhao, and in your overall career, you rarely played Xin Zhao. Regardless, what is the secret to performing so well with him today? I don't actually practice him that often, but even in the playoffs in the past, I didn't really play a lot of Xin Zhao, but it just happened to be a really good pick for the comp, and I feel like it's just something that I always have up my sleeve. Yeah, and we have some great team fight play in this next team highlight. Can you walk us through? With the team fight opening up, we knew that it would be really advantageous to us, and we saw how many resources they exhausted. So I went in with Xin Zhao, and I think it worked out really well, luckily. And Viper, any thoughts on this highlight? So Delight actually was looking to open a team fight. I was Senna, so it didn't really matter in the end, but my teammates did really well. And Viper, in Game 3, you banned 4 AD carries. And that's how Def picked one of his signature picks, Jinx. So was this intentional? So when we first picked Seri, it didn't really... it wasn't very surprising whatever AD carry picks they came up with. I think I was really confident with whatever picks they were going for. And you guys took Bard as the R5 pick, so what was the reasoning? There are a lot of options for supports as well, but this is something that Delight is really confident with, so I think that's why. And Viper, we knew how good you were with Seri, but we were just so impressed with how you got your 3 core items by 20 minutes, and you had a 807 KDA. It applies to a lot of other AD carries I play, but as long as I can pick up some kills, I think I'm able to carry. And let's take a look at the Seri highlight. It looks like you went in fearlessly to get some kills, so please walk us through this. So there was a team fight that was opening up. And I think it really didn't matter in the end because I was just so big already. It was just a really easy fight. Now, for Hana Life Esports' last match of the season, it'll be the next Saturday showdown against D plus Kia. What is your resolution? As it is our last match, I really want to win. And since we're able to play in front of our fans after a long time, we really want to win in front of them. And I hope that we're able to continue our momentum. And Peanut, you get to see your fans after such a long time. Would you like to say a word of gratitude? For our match against D plus Kia, it would be the last match before our playoffs, so we'll make sure that we do well. And thank you so much for coming to cheer for us. And I think we would appreciate your ongoing support. Thank you so much.